Michael. I've got Michael and Michael, both of you on here. So here's what I'm thinking. Can you hear me okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Will you share
Yeah,
your
you're good.
screen with me and kind of take me through the process so I can see like where your roadblocks are, and then I can know how much I can help.
Sure. Mike, do you want me to go first, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna have you go first. And is it okay if I record this? So
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Okay, because I'm guessing you're not the only one who's having this problem, which is why I kind of like made this a thing. But
Okay. Well, give me 1 second, then I'll pull up where I'm at.
okay, no worries. Because I know I'll bring up my website too, because I know it can be super confusing.
It took me a really long time to be able to actually get to the dashboard.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, so like in your video, it just kind of like popped up at the top of the screen, and for me, it did not. I had to jump through a couple of hoops and actually find the link to that, and that took a while. But
okay.
Give me a sec. I'm almost there.
This is all good to know. No, it's totally fine because I think this is I honestly think this is the hardest thing that we do all semester is just try to set up these websites. So.
All right. Let's see if screen share works.
Okay.
Host disabled participants screen share.
Oh, right. Okay. That's because you should be able to go now. See if you can do it.
Alrighty then. Okay, can you guys see it?
Yes. Okay, so here you are. You're able to log in here.
Okay, so here's what I did. So after logging into BYU Domains using student account, I went ahead and created a website, and for some reason I threw formality out of the window and named it roastedtoaster.com. I'll change that as soon as I figure out how. So I went through the video that you sent yesterday and downloaded WordPress onto it.
Okay.
So if I go to it, so it takes me to this sample page of a blog type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is where I hit the hiccup, you could say. So I don't exactly know where to go from here. And if I go to the sample page, because down here it tells you something around here, you know, edit, delete, and yada yada. So if I go to sample page and I scroll down to this link to your dashboard. So first off, I just want to ask, is this the correct way to go?
I've never seen it this way, but I mean, so I don't think there's just like one right way, but I'm really curious what's going to happen when you click on that.
Well, it's nothing too fantastic.
That's how I got mine.
Is that how you got yours? Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, so then you come here.
Yeah, and this is where I was having the problems, and this could be a totally personal thing that I just don't know my username anymore or password. So this could just be on my end of thing, but every time I try putting in my email and password, it just doesn't work. And then after 4 failed attempts, it locks you out for 20 minutes, and yeah, it just becomes this frustrating chasing in a circle type of thing.
Okay. All right. So I'm sure you've already done this, but I'm just going to ask some obvious questions. So did you try changing your password to see if you could get back to your username or no?
Well, not yet. I mean, that was kind of one of my last resort things, so I can try that.
Right. Because I'm thinking if you go back to your cPanel dashboard, there is a lot of control that you have there as well. But so you have, okay, so I'm just looking at this here. Let's see. So so I just like my mind is racing. So first thing, we probably ought to just try and go through the lost password process, because really what you're going to need is you're going to need to be able to log into WordPress no matter what. And so somehow we need to recover that. Okay. So yeah, just kind of go through that process. There's always the help desk. You can call and ask them. They're going to know, I mean, I know the basics, but they're going to know a lot more than I do to like help you go through that process of like, if you need to change your username.
Okay. Do you want me to continue sharing screen for that, or?
Well, I'm thinking, Michael, just really quick, I'm thinking your current user, so it says Roasted Tea. I'm wondering if that is your username. on WordPress. So yeah, you can finish sharing your screen. I'll show you another way to get to that WordPress dashboard that hopefully will help a little bit as well. So I'll share my screen really quickly here. And
the other thing that I found to be helpful
yeah,
is on the BYU domains dashboard.
uh-huh.
So you were inside the once you're inside the WordPress installation, you had to go in. At least for me, I went in and I edited the website information from there, and there was a way that you can add an admin. And so I added my WordPress account as an admin, and then I was able to access it.
Yeah, there's a lot of levels. It's really good. I'm glad that you did that. There's a lot of, that's why I'm saying I'm wondering if it might be worth calling the help desks if trying to reset the password doesn't work because of that. There's a lot of layers to this. So another way I can kind of get to that dashboard is I go here to my website, but then you can go /WP -admin, and that brings you to the same page. So no matter what happens here, we've got to figure out how to get you logged in to WordPress. Once I put my login here, then it will bring you to the WordPress dashboard, which allows you can change the theme. You can do kind of all of the things that you would want to do to make it your own website. So I feel like this was totally not helpful for you. But here, yeah, once you're here, so this is one thing I do think is really important. And for those of you who are on, you can totally jump in too. But once you kind of have this set up and you're able to get into the WordPress dashboard, then you can go to Appearance and go to Themes, and you can kind of customize how it's presenting. So the theme that I'm using right now is this Active 2019 theme. There's a lot of free ones on here that you can use. And so you would essentially choose one of these, and then instead of, I guess the way to publish it or to make it live is to activate it. So that's all you basically need to have done for this week, is that website, and then just like a theme that you feel like best reflects you and your personal brand. So yeah, what other questions do you have that I might be able to help with?
I have a question about there's something on the assignment in Canvas that says we have to write a post based on narrative theory or something. I don't know. I read that and I was just like, I don't know what that means. So I'm just going to ask.
That was my question too.
Okay. So is that part of this one?
That's what it says for this week. It has it like you have to make a page for your Comms 238 post, because I already have a website from Comms 101 when I took it with Dr. Church.
Right.
And I got on, well, actually I've been getting on while we've been talking, and I'm like, I don't even know how to add like a tab or anything, which I probably should just call for help on that one, because I'm sure they've got lots of how to.
I can actually answer that one.
Oh, really? Okay, great.
I know this is like really embarrassing, but for me, okay, so let me, while I'm on the screen, since you're still seeing my dashboard, how you add a tab. So to add like the 238 tab is you come here to Pages.
Okay.
And the page, you add new. So let's see, I have about Comms 238 and past courses on here. So you would go to add new, and then for mine, and this is the theme that I've chosen, for mine, it's just gonna kind of come up as a block editor. When I get stuck, I also just Google, like, I just like look for videos, like tutorials. Okay. So I'll just put right here, this example. So this title right here is going to become the tab on your website.
Oh, and then where will it appear? Will it just be on the top somewhere?
And some of that depends on the theme. So it will probably just be on the top. So if I go, because of the theme that I've chosen, if I go here, yes, I want to publish this, and you can always delete these later. So I mean, it doesn't bother me. So if I go to view my page, you can see right here, there's my tab. It's just kind of popped up there.
Okay.
So even if I go back to my original website, that page is still there. And then when I click on it, so that's how you create a tab. So
yeah, that's helpful. I think the theme that I chose, though, that I had from like 2 years ago, is not showing me where that is. So maybe I just need a new theme.
Okay, so that's something that I eventually had to do. The reason why I chose this theme is because it's the most simple and it's the easiest for me to teach with, like this kind of stuff. So yeah, as far as the narrative goes, I feel a little bit embarrassed by this because I thought that this was next time. So, and I took for granted. Sometimes I write my assignments and then I'm just basically human. Anyway, so the narrative is just like using a storyline. That's all it means. So if you're just to use a storyline, like there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, a little bit of a climax, and you're writing your post with that basic format, you're meeting the criteria.
Is it just kind of any sort of topic? Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Any story about you. So that's all that I'm looking for in that regard. And so I really appreciate all of you kind of logging in with me so that we can record this, because I suspect other people also have these questions as well. So yeah. Michael, were you able to get in at all? Did it?
Oh, I haven't tried yet. Let me try here. Okay.
I just wanted to check and see. And I was concerned when I talked about kind of doing this yesterday, I was concerned that that would be the case, is that I would be like totally unhelpful as far as this particular problem is concerned. So do you guys have any other questions that have kind of come up?
And honestly, my question was mostly about that post with the narrative theory as well. But I know for me, there's been a couple of hoops that I've just had to jump through, and it's been just back and forth between Google and WordPress. So
yeah. So did you find that once you kind of were getting through those hoops that you were able to figure out, like you were able to get to a place where you're able to work on the website now?
Yeah. It's a very rudimentary website right now.
That's okay.
Extremely basic 2-color kind of thing. But after going through all the YouTube tutorials and stuff like that, I was able to get to where I can edit most of the stuff on there.
Yeah, and to be frank, that's totally where I am. Like I can edit most of the stuff, but there are still things that I have to call and ask the help desk, or I'm just looking on YouTube to see what tutorials I can find. So yeah, just part of the reality, I guess, here. One of the other questions and I'm kind of wondering what your experiences with this, but someone texted me this morning and asked about, like, what do I mean by the values and personal branding? Did that make sense to you guys? Or
I was actually just going to ask about that, like personal brand, what that is.
Okay, perfect. So so it's, again, I think it's just I'm writing with more jargon than I should. I need to probably change the way I'm writing it. But basically all that's saying is, what kind of values do you have that you want to like symbolically represent in your website? So like if you're like, for me, I'm a minimalist, right? Another reason why I've chosen this theme, it's pretty minimal. It kind of represents like how I see the world. And so it's honestly that simple. Like you just want to choose a theme and a brand and colors that represent you and how you see the world.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
Okay. I think it's just the way I've written it. It's just too jargony, and I didn't explain that when we had our chat this week. So.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Any success on your end, Michael? Maybe you're like, I'll do this on my own time. I don't know.
I think I got it.
Yay! I'm excited.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the dashboard now, so I'll just have to remember everything else that needs to happen.
I know, right? Okay, so just send me a text, any of you, if you have any other questions. or if you're hitting any more roadblocks, I'm happy to help. And we can always just like spontaneously do a little meeting like this too. So, okay, let me know. Let me know. I'm glad that you guys are just trudging through this with me. Honestly, if this is the hardest part, it won't be too bad, right?
Thank you for your help, though. Honestly,
Yeah,
it's so appreciated.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Yeah, so if you guys don't have any more questions, I'll end the meeting unless you have something else that.
I do have a quick question though.
Okay.
This doesn't have to do with the website. It's about the social media assignment we're supposed to be doing.
Uh-huh.
So I just want to make sure we're clear. So we make a presentation, and then we present that during one of these webinar sessions that we have the Monday after, right?
Right.
Okay,
Right.
and then do we have to make a pre-recording of that and then submit it onto Canvas beforehand, or does that presentation on the webinar, is that just all we need to do?
That's all you need to do. So it's either or. So if there's a situation, we've had a couple of students who are just not able to get on during a webinar because of employment. And so we're trying to just make it an option. Like if you absolutely cannot do the presentation during the webinar, then make a pre-recording of it and submit it. So you don't need to do both. You just need to do one or the other if you can't do the first, if you can't do the webinar.
Sounds good. And then where do we submit the write-up that we make for it?
I bet it's the very end. I'll look and see, and I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Because we had it divided. We have them all on the very end because it's technically not due till the end of term. But then that doesn't help because people are going to be submitting throughout the whole semester. So what I'll do is I'll rearrange it so it's up at the top so you can see instead of it being at the bottom.
Got it. And those are due on the times we signed up for, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds good.
Okay, cool. Any other questions? Good.
Just
Go
ahead.
Yeah.
You can go ahead, Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Looking real fast at the website assignment again. With the post that we're using narrative theory and the pictures for, is there kind of an ideal length for that? I mean, obviously it shouldn't be just one itty bitty paragraph, but is there a...
Right. So because you haven't had a class from me yet, I am a big fan of it takes as long as it takes. Because if I give a word count, inevitably I get a bunch of BS that I don't want to read. So if you do it in 2 paragraphs and it's a story, it's fine. So yeah, that's no problem.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So again, I'm so grateful that you guys just logged on to ask all these questions because I know you're not the only ones. So you're benefiting everybody in class.
And once again, that story we're supposed to make on the website can be about anything.
Yeah, it can be about anything you're willing to share with the general public. So.
Okay then.
Yeah. All right. Any more questions?
And that post doesn't have to have like any relevance to communications, does it?
Nope, not at all.
Good.
It's just about you.
Okay.
I know it's pretty broad. It's a pretty broad topic, but yeah. Cool. All right, friends. I guess I'll end the meeting then. And thanks again. And let me know.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Professor.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, we'll see you later. Bye.